Just over a year ago, you tweeted, quote, New York City will remain a sanctuary city under an Adams administration. What is your message to migrants arriving in the U.S.? Should they still come to New York City?
Well, I think that they should come to any place in the country that they desire their pursuit of the American dream.
So you're struggling to process the 2,500 migrants sent to you from Texas. Meanwhile, the El Paso sector of the border sees an average of 1,700 migrants crossing every single day. A record 1.9 million migrants have been apprehended on the southwest border this fiscal year alone. Even if you think what these governors are doing is horrific, it seems like you agree this is a crisis that needs more attention from the Biden administration.
No.
Meanwhile,
I do want immigrants to come to America, though. But New York City, I don't know.
Yeah, so that is Mayor Eric Adams of New York City, who has been openly fuming about migrants coming to his city being bused from Texas. And he was put on the spot by Jake Tapper about if he still feels like New York City should be a sanctuary city. Do you still feel like migrants should come to New York City? And obviously Eric Adams kind of avoids giving a direct answer there by saying, well, I think they should come anywhere where the American dream can be pursued, right? So basically, I'm not going to say I want them to come here, but I'm also not going to say I don't want them to come to this country. I just secretly don't really want them to come here, right? That is why I'm complaining and crying about this so much, because I don't actually really want them to come here, but at the same time, I'm not trying to look like a hypocrite by telling them not to come here, right? Again, it's absolutely amazing watching these Democrats squirm when trying to justify their hypocrisy on this issue. It really is entertaining stuff that I never get tired of. And I stumbled across this video from the Daily Caller that really blew my mind, okay? Because we spent a whole lot of time talking about the hypocrisy of the Democrat Party when it comes to the politicians, but we really don't talk that much about how do the actual Democrat Party voters feel about the illegals, okay? Maybe the Democrat voters want the illegals. Maybe it's just the politicians that are, basically making it obvious that they don't really actually want the illegals. However, that's not the case. It seems like the actual Democrat Party voters don't like the illegals as much as the Democrat politicians don't like the illegals. In fact, they're more upfront about how they don't want the illegals to be there, as the Daily Caller did this pretty amazing video in which New Yorkers basically admit that, hey, we like immigrants, but just not in our city. And I want you guys to hear all the excuses and the mental gymnastics that these people come up with to justify how can you like the immigrants, but yet you don't want them in your city. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the clip.
We're going to ask Texas, what do they think of migrants being bused to New York City and Washington, D.C.?
And I'm in New York to see if these immigrants are being welcomed with open arms. Let's go find out. Texas is busing migrants coming from across the border into New York here. So what's your opinion on that?
In a city like this that's already overpopulated may not be a good choice. So maybe like in a less populated area or state.
Like the red states. The red states, huh? You hear it. Oh, this city's overpopulated. We got too many people here. We can't have any more people here. Maybe they should go to a place where, they're far away from here, right? Like, the red states, okay? And if the red states don't want them, then they're bigots, okay? But just don't send them here because there's too many people here.
It is also super crowded, so I don't know if it'd be the best.
Populated. Yeah. So it could be an issue. The state is already a populated state. Like, we have a bunch of people here. Like, it's already populated.
What do you think about the governor of Texas busting?
Our city's overcrowded, right? Too many people here, okay? But not too many people in Texas, right? These border towns, not too many people there. Just too many people here, right? The place that, again, alleges that, we're a sanctuary city. But guys, this whole situation reminds me of a story that I heard from a Boston reporter when I went to a wedding down in Charleston, South Carolina, in which he told me that the rich white liberals or the middle class white liberals of Boston, right, they will fly Black Lives Matter signs in their yards, right, and claim that we support Black Lives Matter. However, they will not support affordable housing initiatives that will allow these so-called black and brown people that they claim they love so much to actually be able to afford to live in their neighborhoods, right? So they actually will say, we support Black Lives Matter, we support affordable housing, but then in that same political sign, they will say that they do not support the actual name of the legislation that would allow for the affordable housing for the black and brown people to live with them. Okay? Again, ain't it funny how that works? These people love to virtue signal, okay? But when it comes down to actually doing the work or having to suffer the consequences of their policies that they claim they support, they don't want to do it, right? They don't want to do it. They want to back out at that point. Again, it's absolutely amazing how this stuff works. These people don't love the black and brown people as much as they claim they do. But everybody that disagrees with them, though, are racist, right? Everybody that disagrees with them are racist.
Migrants to the city of New York and D.C. Now we're having these mayors start to complain and saying they're being overrun by the migrants. What's your thoughts on this whole situation?
Well, I think, the governor of Texas, finally, he's doing something good. There's been a problem for a while now since Biden got here. These liberal people down in New York, they're finally getting to see what we're getting out here.
Man, we've been dealing with it for a while down here in Texas. People down closer to the border as well, they've been dealing with it for a couple years now. All these migrants flowing in and just telling all those people from the north, all the liberals in the north in New York, you, dude. You, all right? This is what you get. Man, now you're getting to experience what we were getting to experience for the past year. Now what New York is doing is they're saying, like, okay, we're full. Like, we can't handle this influx. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's, like, hypocritical of New York to do that?
I don't think it's necessarily hypocritical because it's not like they're saying, no, we don't want any immigrants. But the city is packed. They do have to protect the interests of the people who do live here already. At the same time, it is a balance.
Yeah, so New York City has to protect the interests of the people who live there already, but red states, they don't have the right to do that. They just have to take in all the illegals because apparently there is open swaths of land that they can just have, okay? They can just have the land, just put it on. It won't require that many resources to take care of them. The resources only get used, right? They're only a strain on resources when they're in liberal cities and liberal states. I want you guys to understand how this works, how these people think.
It's just like some grade A hypocrisy from Texas. I do.
How is it hypocrisy from Texas? What's the hypocrisy here? I'm trying to figure it out because Texas and states like Florida and Arizona have been clear about how they feel about illegals, but y'all haven't been listening.
I think it is pretty messed up of Texas to handle it like that.
I guess it's better than sending them back to where they came from, of course, but it's so kind of disappointing that they wouldn't just be willing to, help them out in their own state.
I do.
Bruh, this is some crazy stuff, bruh. I guess it's better than sending them back to their own country, but I just wish they just stayed in the red states. I just don't want them here. Again, these people are bigots. These are racist. Again, guys, when people talk about the racism of the Democrat Party and these liberals, bruh, like, again, it's this idea that they claim they're here to help you, but they have a knife behind their back. They're ready to stab you in the back anytime they get a chance. They don't really like you. These people are saying it right out loud. They're saying it right out loud.
When immigrants do come to America, though. But New York City, I don't know.
They shouldn't be complaining. New York should not be complaining. They invited them. They told them, you're welcome here. We are a sanctuary city. They have plenty of resources. It's our taxpayers' money. It's time that the other states take responsibility too. We're all one nation.
And they can't handle it either, but look at us, small towns, we're getting overrun. It's been going on for a while. It's a problem.
And do you think it's, what's your thoughts that, these mayors are the types to say, hey, we're sanctuary cities. We welcome these migrants with open arms, and now they're saying that they're finally being overrun. What are your thoughts on that? That they're finally seeing that the issues that Texans are finally seeing.
We're small towns. I said that already. They're bigger cities, and they have all this stuff, and they're already complaining. But this has been going on for months. Now they get to see how we feel.
You have these like sanctuary cities all of a sudden who are welcoming to migrants. with their open arms, and all of a sudden when the migrants are actually getting bused in, all of a sudden they're like, whoa, I don't know if we actually want these people in here.
Yeah, no, dude, they don't care. They actually don't care. All they care is about like this woke narrative. You know, they just want to be part of something that's helping out people. But when it actually comes to actually, you know, going in, being in their cities, they don't want it. They don't want these people there.
It seems so petty. And like it's just sort of ignoring the humanity of people that are coming over here to a bad situation from something that's probably much worse.
Again, I'm still trying to figure out this argument that somehow this is inhumane, that these migrants are being mistreated because they're being fed, sheltered, and put on an air-conditioned bus and sent to a place that says that, hey, we have all the resources and the jobs and the opportunity in the world for illegal immigrants in our city. We want you and we need you and we love you and we want you, right? So I'm trying to figure out what is so inhumane about that. It's almost as if these liberals don't actually believe that their cities are good places to live, right? Almost seems like their cities aren't all that safe. Okay, I'm just saying.
And it's just such a fucking disgrace that we can't get together and try to help in a way that's healthy for everybody.
I think that's a bit unreasonable. Texas is a bit extreme in general as a state.
I love to see it. I love to see him out of Texas. Like, I love to see other people or other officials kind of getting a taste of their own medicine. You know, we've been putting up with it for too long, you know, paying tax money or, you know, just kind of like, you know, contributing to basically like their own mess. And it's time for them to, you know, handle their own mess.
All of the Texas border is littered with clothes, with bottles. These people are dirty. When they're at the shelters, they have restrooms, but do they defecate in the restrooms? No, they defecate wherever they want. We need to share. We need to share this problem.
Yeah, so I want you guys to know this. Do these look like white supremacists in Texas? Right? These look like white supremacists that are saying this type of stuff, or they look like people who may themselves may have come over here, you know, hopefully legally, okay, or be of Hispanic or Latino descent, whatever you want to call it. These don't look like white supremacists. You don't look like a white supremacist that just hates brown people, right? I'm just saying.
Because we have been having this problem all along the Texas border. And it's time that the other states begin to realize what is going on and how maybe to help us so that we can stop this.
They basically dug their own hole, and now they're crying about it. But us in Texas had to deal with it. The state is a state, land is land, you know. So it's like they could be here, why can't they be there, you know? So it's like they're gonna take our resources, our hotels, our food and stuff. Why can't they do it there? The liberals are all f***ing tripping.
Yes, the liberals are tripping. They tripping hard right now. Again, hypocrisy at its finest. I thought this video was interesting because, again, it does highlight what the actual voters, the New Yorkers, the people who are there, and how they feel about this, and they're just as hypocritical, if not more hypocritical than the Democrat Party. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.